to today. This is Ryan here.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to...
So, Fnaf. You know, the one with the games, and the movie, and the weird number of books. The one that goes... Yeah, that one. A lot of people seem to like it, and make really cool stuff about it, including music. In all seriousness, music is one of the cornerstones of the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom. And like, have you seen some of these view counts? 115 million views, 248 million views, 379 million views. These songs express love of the series, they've helped form careers, and most importantly to me, they're just good. Like, really, really good. Yet, I don't see much discussion about FNAF music very often, at least not on YouTube. So, I thought it might be fun to look back at my favorite FNAF songs for each game. There are literal hundreds of FNAF songs out there, so I thought this would be a cool way to turn back the clock and spotlight a few of my favorites, in chronological order, one for each game. I decided to split this into two videos. Part 1 will be covering songs inspired by the classic Click Team era of FNAF. Everything from FNAF 1 up to Ultimate Custom Nights. Part 2, which will come out a few months from now, will cover the modern era of FNAF, like FNAF VR, Security Breach, and Secret of the Mimic. Every music video used will have a link in the description to go watch them yourself. Please do. But without further rambling, let's start with FNAF 1.
Five Nights at Freddy's, that's where I wanna be.
FNAF 1 doesn't have a ton of songs to its name, or at least it didn't when it was still new. So, I guess it's no surprise that my favorite FNAF 1 song is the one that started it all. The Living Tombstone's Five Nights at Freddy's song is the definition of the word iconic. It's so synonymous with the FNAF franchise that it doesn't even have an actual name. It's just Five Nights at Freddy's song. It incorporates the Toreador march that Freddy plays in the game, and the high-energy instrumental encapsulates the constant suspense of FNAF 1's gameplay. And like, can we just stop and acknowledge how crazy this drop is, by the way? And the lyrics paint the animatronics quite sympathetically. They're just the spirits of children who have been stuck piloting these machines for years, wondering what they did to deserve this. It's pretty incredible that 10 years ago, the Living Tombstone was able to turn this into this. This might be a weird opinion, but I think the Living Tombstone is just as responsible for FNAF's initial popularity as Markiplier is. A viral song is even more than a viral video. It sticks in your head, makes you want to listen to it over and over and share it with people. And when you have something like that advertising a game, you get a level of indie success otherwise unheard of.
I said, read the
Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
The Squeak Whoa.
I'm maybe a bit nostalgia biased on this one, but this is my video, I can do what I want.
Hi, kids. Do you like violence? Want me to grab a spare bear suit and stuff you inside it? Got an appetite? Grab a couple slices. Mom and Dad lied when they told you I was lifeless.
JT Music's Five More Nights is such a great example of the early years of FNAF songs. The perfect level of unapologetic cringiness. I haven't been in the fandom since the very beginning. I joined around the time of FNAF VR, but I still have a strong connection to this song. The music video is one of the first FNAF videos I ever saw back when I was so young that anything FNAF related scared the crap out of me. I'm glad I can appreciate the song now. Things like the obvious Eminem homage at the beginning. It has a really grimy but sort of industrial feel to it, which also suits the game it's based on. The lyrics feel a little like the animatronics are writing a diss track on the Night Guard, which is hilarious to think about. And it's a structure that a lot of FNAF raps tend to follow, but this is the earliest example I could find.
If you're scared, give your resume an update, 'cause unless you quit, you'll still be making minimum wage.
Makes me flash back to those weird old FNAF Minecraft music videos and mods and all that dumb old school stuff the FNAF kids used to just eat up.
Tryhardninja, you need to be quick. I can't believe he hung up on me. Oh no. No, it's him. It's Freddy.
The instrumental leans towards dubstep a little. It's a little jumbled and chaotic, which definitely reflects how your brain feels playing FNAF 2. And one of my favorite aspects of this song is that it just feels like the creators were playing around and not taking it too seriously.
Now, the animatronics are known to bug out.
Isn't that enough reason to get the f*** out?
You play as
Me, Michael.
explorer for
5 nights.
FNAF 2 and 3 are opposites in many ways. FNAF 2's gameplay is frantic and chaotic, relying on reflexes more than anything else. FNAF 3 is frantic too, but also strategic, requiring you to prioritize your time and memorize Springtrap's appearance on the cameras. Fnaf 2 is you defending against a parade of animatronics rapidly entering and leaving your office. Fnaf 3 is a one-on-one confrontation against Springtrap. If he gets to your office, there's nothing you can do but pray for the night to end. So it makes sense that a good Fnaf 3 song would be very different from a good Fnaf 2 song.
A voice calls, crying in the dark, telling me to crawl to the light. But I won't, the show has just begun. I'm giving one last encore tonight.
Our Little Horror Story by Aviators is as close to an official Springtrap theme song you can get, at least for me. It's everything Five More Nights isn't, where that song was chaotic and grimy and somewhat comedic. Our Little Horror Story is brooding, dark and malevolent. A slow, steady beat reflecting the gameplay of Fnaf 3. It doesn't really feel much like a Fnaf song, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It feels like the guitar might be recorded live instead of just a software sample. It helps give the song a grand sense of finality, since most people believed Fnaf 3 was the end of the series. The repetitive beat feels like a march, like Springtrap is stomping through Fazbear Frights with one goal in mind. It's just so evil! It's like a villain song with lyrics about Afton's spirit refusing to move on, clinging to this world just to take one last life, even if he has to do it as a decomposing corpse inside a withering Springlock suit.
You're sworn of my actions, but I'm the main attraction. You'll bring my satisfaction. A little horror stories just begun.
Fnaf 4 has a lot of good songs. Break My Mind by Dagames would have been an obvious choice. A death metal anthem that was the lifeblood of 12-year-olds everywhere back in 2015. There's also Got No Time by the Living Tombstone, a weird pop techno rock mishmash with callbacks to his original Fnaf 1 song. Even obscure ones like CK9C's Too Far from the perspective of Michael Afton, drowning in guilt over what he did to his brother. All of these are very loud, aggressive, metal-ish songs, which suits the monstrous designs of the Nightmare animatronics. But none of those are what I chose for my favorite Fnaf 4 song.
Hush now, drift off to sleep. Reality, a memory. Don't be scared of what you find. Yeah, it's all just in your mind.
Fnaf 4 is the scariest game in the series to me, but it also has this solemnity that you feel playing it, which makes sense once you discover the context of these nightmares, or at least the originally intended context. And that's why I love Dream Your Dream by Tryhardninja. I've specifically chosen the cover by Lunity. Tryhardninja is a talented singer, but I find Lunity's voice to fit this one's tone a lot more. The lyrics really spotlight the true tragedy of Fnaf's story. Children, including the crying child, angry and confused, trying to find peace. Michael's attempts to atone for his mistake and set the spirits free. All this playing in the background of your mind as the song just builds and builds, adding new beats and layers, until by the end you're rocking out and crying at the same time. This song is legendary. I don't have more to say about it.
It's a fantasy, they'll be seeing you soon. Don't let it go, terrors keep breaking through. So dream, dream, dream your dream. 'Cause when you're awake, the nightmare will become a truth.
And now for something completely different.
So remember that time Dagames predicted the future?
Everyone, please stay in your seats.
Behold the horrors, they lurk beneath the shadows of remorse. You wouldn't know, of course, but I force a new judgment day.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. Left Behind by Dagames predicted the twist ending of FNAF Sister Location. You know, the player getting their guts ripped out by the scooper so a weird amalgamation of parts could use his corpse as a skin suit. This is completely unexpected and not hinted at before the game's release, and yet Left Behind, a song that came out 3 months before Sister Location, has lines like,
"One thought is all we need for this to be complete,
and
you'll only live with us inside."
I get that this could partially be confirmation bias, but needing one body to do something has absolutely no connection to any previous story. So what, did DA get some secret knowledge from Scott Cawthon just to make a song early? Probably not. Like this line later in the song, which implies that the sister location animatronics were created after the fire in FNAF 3, which would be impossible because the person who created the sister location animatronics would be a little busy being... So yeah, no crystal ball involved in the creation of this song, just really, really lucky guesses, I guess. Which means I gotta talk about the song now. It's good. It's really, really, really good. It nails the high-tech sci-fi feeling that Sister Location was going for, with all the... and the... It feels high-tech without being fully far future outer space or anything. The lyrics are so over-the-top evil, I love them. It feels like a Disney villain song and how extravagant it is sometimes. It's so fun to sing. And the part when the vocals pop off, play that part. All in all, a deliciously evil song that just so happens to have aged remarkably well.
I'm a bear. I can kill you, maul you, rip your face off, and eat you, and I won't even go to jail.
Speaking of evil villain songs, capitalism.
Hey there, pal! Looking for work? But sick of being pushed around by lousy bosses? How would you like to run and manage your own business? Well, all we need from you is a little paperwork and your soul.
Now hiring at Freddy's is, well, it's... It's a very memorable song. I know this is a big tone shift compared to the last several songs. I was originally going to do a segment for Labyrinth, which was a big mega collab with several FNAF artists. One of the artists majorly involved in it was Fandroid, who... So when I found out about all that, I decided to look into picking something else for FNAF 6. Then I stumbled upon Now Hiring at Freddy's, and, like, come on, how could I pass up an opportunity to talk about this? The absolute embodiment of corporate satire, which has always been a part of the series since Phone Guy in FNAF 1 telling you the company will clean and bleach the entire building before they report you missing. The song starts out fairly normal, minus the soul-selling part, but the complete disregard of human life seeps in fairly quick. The tune feels so artificial and corporate, which is exactly what they were going for. It also has a bit of a tacky 90s vibe, like one of those hip with the kids employee training tapes, which also makes perfect sense with the context of the song.
Cold drinks come in 4 cups, gotta know the size before you fill it up.
The lyrics are so on the nose towards the second half, like, I love the line, take remaining appendages out of the ball pits. Like, how would that even happen? That's so dumb. The singer gets even more frustrated and manic as it goes, and by the end, they're pretty much advocating murder. In the end, while this song isn't the most fitting for its game, I still love it as a comedy song completely separate from FNAF 6.
Maximize the casualties. At this point, we're gonna get sued. And before you can leave, clean all the carpets with bleach, and we'll make a monster of you. Rap forever here in Robot Hell.
I'm trapped in here, and I wonder if I am gonna make it through the night. Time's growing near, I can't blunder this time, gotta make it through this night.
Make Your Move is a weird song. If a recent fan were to listen to it, it probably wouldn't make much sense. Why does William Afton look like a pale teenager in this video? Why is the Vengeful Spirit a glowing Roblox character? Why does the video end with a guy at his computer? Make Your Move in terms of lyrics and video isn't about Ultimate Custom Night the game. It's more about the real-world context surrounding the game's release and Dawko's connection to it. So I'm gonna have to do a pretty big history lesson. Ultimate Custom Night was meant to be a final send-off to the Click Team era of FNAF. He decided to bring back every character from across the games for one last curtain call. As you can imagine, having every single enemy on the highest difficulty would be kind of hard, but Dawko, a FNAF YouTuber known for being insanely good at these games, was up to the challenge. especially when Scott promised a recorded interview with him if he beat the so-called 50-20 mode, 50 animatronics on the highest difficulty level. He also mentioned that he wasn't even sure it was possible. He and Dawko developed a sort of friendly rivalry during the build-up to the game's release.
I am going to do this challenge. Make it as hard as you want, Scott. I think you've met your match.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure on him. And this song is about the rivalry between Scott and Dawko. CG5 plays the role of Scott, but the glowy block guy referencing Scott's online avatar. It took Dawko weeks to complete 50-20 mode once the game finally came out, with people making fun of him in the live chat because he wasn't the first person to beat it, but he kept going anyway. And eventually, after 3 weeks of attempts...
Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
What if you lose? What if I win? What if you don't make it? It's all just in my head. Make your move. What will you do? Try me, try me, try me.
So that's the end of part 1 of this video. I hope you liked it. I'm still getting used to this whole YouTube thing. I've never really done a video essay like this before. I've tried a couple times, but I've never really gotten past the scripting part. Fnaf songs are one of my favorite aspects of the community, and I just wanted to, like, put a bit of a spotlight on, you know. My favorite songs featured in this video would probably be, Dream Your Dream and Left Behind, and Dream Your Dream takes the cake between those two. If anyone cares, part 2 will be a few months from now after Secret of the Mimic comes out, because I actually want to do a segment for a Secret of the Mimic song in the video, instead of just releasing the song covering all of the Steel Wolf FNAF games, and then that statement being outdated like less than a month later. Maybe late June or early July. I will definitely be uploading, hopefully, several videos before then, and I'll see you guys later.